Hi, hello everybody. It's Philip here from the Utgorn channel, and I'm ready to do my next video. This video, I'm going to do a little bit of essential advice for beginners. I thought about 5 steps that are, I think, really important in order to make the playing as enjoyable as only possible. Music is all about having fun, enjoyment. And when you're learning an instrument, I know it can be sometimes a little bit of a struggle to get the notes right and to hold the instruments and all sorts of things. But it's really important that you learn a few good, essential tips and rules that help you on your way. Okay, here we go. Rule number 1. Well, warm up. I think it's important to warm up because every good athlete warms up. So what I do, for example, I get really tense first, and then let everything go, and then I'm trying to be as relaxed as possible. That is really important, because when I play, I try not to be tense. So first thing you could do, get really tense, and then relax. And do that a few times before you start playing. Then the breathing is really important. But you know, we're making the breathing sometimes so complicated. It is very simple. When you play a wind instrument, a brass instrument, or the trumpet, of course, and the trumpet, of course, the most important is just to get air moving, have good airflow. Here is how you do that. See, it's as simple as that. So, what you do, well, walk around a little bit, walk around the block if you have to, walk around the garden, take a good breath, and let the air go. And then use your piece of pipe and do exactly the same. Your brainless piece of pipe. Remember, you are the brains behind it. So a good exercise, for example, is taking a finger, putting it on your lips, sucking air in, like your knuckle here, really sucking it in, and then spitting it out again. Get the knuckle inside your lungs. Not really, we're just thinking about it. And then spit it out again, so that you get air moving. Another one is every single time when you play the trumpet, now it's your birthday, because I like you to imagine that you're blowing out the candles on your birthday cake. See how simple is that? And another one, make air move. And how do we make air move or wind move? Well, imagine you're blowing your trumpet into water. And you can see the bubbles move. In other words, create bubbles. I'm creating bubbles all the time inside the water. That means I'm making air move. So that's already really important. The next one, I think we need to look a little bit at how we form our embouchure. And I have a little tool here for that. 2 general sort of like points. Number 1, maybe put the mouthpiece or the whole trumpet where it is the most comfortable. And see what happens. Another one is to kind of like go a little bit more systematically about this. And a good way to form an embouchure is to think like you are one of those old grumpy mans like me. Like that. In other words, so just put your lips together like that. The corners are firm, but this bit here is not. So you're not pinching. Very important. Don't pinch. But just slightly put together, but not pinching in the middle. Not. Then, I like you to think of maybe not closing your teeth, but that's difficult. How do we achieve that? Well, we use one of those little straws here. Because look, if I put the straw on my teeth, in between my teeth, and then I put my lips around it, that is a really good embouchure. So, to clarify, when I put the straw in between my teeth, I am not biting on it, so that it's all squashed in. No, squished, squashed, squished. I'm just holding it firm. And then I put my lips around it. And then I blow. when I'm having the straw in place, I take my mouthpiece and then I blow. And then whilst I'm blowing, I'm taking the mouthpiece away. Wow! And this buzz happens. Let's do this one more time. Now if no buzz noise is happening, that's really cool too. You just got to try this a few times. Remember blowing the candles out on your birthday cake? And the more and more a buzz is happening, I recommend that you hold your mouthpiece with 2 fingers like that, and that you're doing the same procedure without the straw this time. And then maybe try to do a little bit like a siren sound. And when you have tried this a few times and you're getting more efficient, more proficient at it, take the trumpet. I'm going to put my mouthpiece inside the trumpet. And the next thing I do, it's important to get a good attack. So I can either just blow in the same way with the Go Grumpy Man embouchure, air through, or I can use my tongue to start. Now, for me, it's really important that the tongue is acting like a valve and it just releases the air. In other words, the tongue is just releasing the air. So I use a syllable to say that, and I say toe, like my big toe. Toe, 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 toe. It's really important that the tongue is releasing the air that builds up inside my body when I breathe, like I want to blow out the candles on the birthday cake, or make air move like I'm creating bubbles in the water. And I use my tongue with the syllable toe to start with, and then I go and then it is important to build that range that I can go from, for example, a low C to a middle G and to a high C. How to build range? Well, it is really not that complicated. But you know what? We all have different lips, we all have different setups a little bit, and we must all find out how it works best for ourselves. So from now onwards, you're always going to be your #1 fan when you play the trumpet and your #1 teacher. It's very important to listen to the good advice of your teacher, of course, but you can also be your own teacher, because it's important to experiment, in my opinion, and find out for yourself. So, if I go from C to G, for example. How do I do that? Well, my old grumpy man embouchure. I put the trumpet on my lips. Where I put the trumpet on my lips where it is the most comfortable, very important. Then I blow. How do I get that nice click or smooth legato between the low C and the G? Well, I do 2 things. Very important. When I am going to the high note, I am squeezing my lips a little bit. Yes, you heard right, I squeeze. In other words, I change the shape of my lips. I go from And you could also hear that the sound went from a to a. So I think, in my mind, from an R to an E position. The last thing I do, I try to imagine that I am on my push bike and I'm going up a hill, and I have to, what do I have to do when I go on my push bike up a hill? I have to pedal faster. So I'm trying to get a little bit faster air going, like this. And how do I achieve that? By kicking or by snapping the high note. That's what I do. And you can do that easily too. And these beginner exercises are important in order to build a good, strong embouchure, a good set of muscles around your lips. But you know, the most important is to play music at the end. So we do the exercises every day, like a good athlete is training every day to run as fast as possible, to swim as fast as possible, to play tennis as good as you can, all the favorite sports that you want to do, to get the skills in order to kick a ball really, really well. That's why we do the exercises. That's why we call it practice. Actually, we should forget about the word practice. We should call it going to a gym and doing a workout. So the 5 essential points are: number 1, a good warm-up. Number 2, a few breathing exercises. Number 3, working on a really good embouchure. Number 4, work on your articulation. Remember a good syllable like toe, your big toe, and let the tongue release the air. And one little bonus advice today as well, especially when you're starting to play, but maybe for every player out there, it's good to think that we're actually playing 2 instruments. One of the instruments is in our head and the other one is in our hand, physically in our hand. But imagine what you want to sound like. Imagine how you want to do that. Our imagination is amazing. And then just do it. Try not to involve too many muscles and too many thoughts. Try not to overanalyze everything. Simply imagine what you want to sound like and do it. Wow, that's how I imagine it. That's how I want to play. Have fun, enjoy your practice. Practice in a good spirit. Practice regularly. Practice not too long. When you're tired, simply stop and start again a little bit later. But the most important is to have fun and make music.